Hey, morning everybody, and welcome to ITHive.org's live tech show. We're doing this from the wilds of Ontario, just outside of Almont, and today it feels like minus 35 degrees. So I committed to do this talk outside, and in all kinds of weather, just to be different. So anyway, I'm here. Hardy Bunch, minus 35, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Luckily, it's only 15 minutes. So, listen, today, this is episode 68, January 19th, 2019. And I've done a show on backup before. I'm most definitely certain that I have. But it is an extremely important topic, and before I get into what we're going to talk about with backup, anybody having any questions or anything that they want to talk about or whatever, just post, and I'll do my best to answer those things if there's something that comes up. But so backup, why is that important? Well, you know why it's important? Because no matter what happens with your technology, if you have it backed up somewhere, you're safe. So, if you ignore everything else that you need to do and just focus on backup, right, you'll be safe. Of course, it's not a complete solution, and you're not avoiding disasters. You're just more prepared for disasters, right? The complete solution really is putting yourself in a situation where you're avoiding disasters and dealing with problems as they arise and making sure things are running smoothly, right? But even if you do that, sometimes things go wrong. And that's where backup comes in. Now, just like when we talked the other day about websites, backup has things that are very important to it, okay? And one thing with backup, so important today, is cost, okay? You have to understand the implications of cost behind your solution to backup, okay? And here's the thing. In general terms, if it's free, don't expect too much. Don't expect privacy. Don't expect it to be working all the time, right? I'm not saying that that's not true, but if you're not paying for a service, is something I've said many, many times in the tech world. If you're not paying for a service, you're paying some other way. And you have to understand that, right? So important, okay? And the cost, if the service is cheap, right? Understand what things you might be missing, right? Really look at what you're getting as far as backup services and what the implications of these things are, okay? For my clients and for ITHive.org, we don't offer any free backup services, right? Of course, we don't believe in free. Well, of course, how can I help any of you out for free, right? How does that work? Okay, so we start with a product called Autotask Workplace, or Workplace Backup. It's got some nice features. It works on the size, so $8 for the first 10 gigs per user. And there's some nice features here because it backs up stuff, but you can also use it to synchronize your files between computers as well, right? It's got security features in it so that we can add different employees or even family members, whatever you're using it for, and give them access to things, right? And this is something that we can appoint somebody within the organization or within the family to manage and control, or you can simply ask us to do that, whatever the case may be. Everybody has different needs and different skill sets and stuff like that. So we work in partnership, just like with everything else, with you to help manage that. So that's a really nice, interesting product. So it's got different tiers. We start with 10 gigs and 20, 30, and so on, right? Another level up from that is it's not as feature rich, but sorry, I should back up. The workplace solution is just file backup. Okay. The next file backup solution we have is endpoint backup, and it doesn't have that file sharing capability, but what it does have is unlimited space. So for a fixed amount of dollars, I think we sell this service for just over $26 a month. Unlimited amount of data can be backed up, so no limit. Okay, now the $26 license is per machine. Okay, so if you're backing up all your stuff from one computer, right, $26 a month, you got it covered, all that, right? And then we have, as a final solution, the other aspect to backup here is if you're in a situation where your technology, if it's down or broken, or it plays a very key pivotal role in the business, right, and you would lose money or be put at serious risk of your business surviving if things were not available, right, then we partnered up with a company called Datto, and they do full image backups. And I really like their solutions. They've got different levels, and really what it comes down to is how fast you want to recover from a disaster, right? And that comes down to how much you lose when things aren't working. And as a business owner, I encourage you guys all, okay, if you have a business, right, look at your technology, imagine it gone, and then do some math. What is that costing you, okay? Because the answer to that question defines what kind of backup you need, right? If you don't do that, if you want to find that out when you have a disaster, right, it could be the end of your business. I've seen it happen. No joke, right? The best way to manage your technology is to be on top of it, be informed, understand your risks, and be prepared for them, right? My industry is fairly new, only since the 90s, and still people are learning, and that's why we do what we do now, to try and help people, navigate the pitfalls of technology and prevent those disasters. So the Datto product, back to that, what I really like is, and there's many pieces of hardware and solutions and different price points, and I won't get in all that because it really depends what you need as a client. So what they do, they have a localized device that will sit on your network, and you tell it, okay, these 3 machines or this one machine is crucially important to the business, right? And then we set it up on a backup. It does a complete image of that computer, right? Stores it locally, okay, and I'll get into that aspect. And then not only that, also stores that image out in the cloud. So you covered on 2 fronts, right? If you have a local issue and you just need to restore a machine, we can do that real quick. The data stays local. If something happens to your physical site and you've lost everything, right, we can spin up your business in the cloud. Just like that. Okay? The other aspect, I'm going to go flip back to generalized a bit here with backup because I missed a certain point. The other aspect of backup is recovery, right? And there's 2 things with that. The amount of time it takes to recover from a disaster, right? And also sorry, I lost my train of thought. The downside of shows. Oh yeah, okay. The amount of time sorry, I got it now. The amount of time it takes to recover from a disaster, and that's important. Everyone's different. It's important to understand what your tolerance is, your risk is there. But also the the testing, right? Does your backup work? Okay, and the one really cool thing with the Datto solution is that they actually assist in a mock disaster recovery process. So let's say you're backing up your entire infrastructure using Datto, right? Well, we can set it up so that entire infrastructure can be spun up in the cloud on a temporary basis to help you recover, right? And so we'll know, okay, these are the things that need to get done, and then that gets tested every quarter to make sure it's working. And that's for serious, you're losing lots and lots of dollars, right? Obviously, you got to marry the protection with the risk and the cost of risk, right? And that's why, again, I go back to when we're talking about backup, the most important thing, even for you residential clients out there, but also extremely important for businesses, of course, is to understand, okay, boom, this is gone. What's it cost me? What's it doing to my business? Right? And you need those answers, right? And you need to validate that, test it, make sure that you always have something in place that will fix that. All right? So, I think that comes to the end of this talk. Right? I don't want to make these too long, and my fingers are going numb. So, I think I should. It's funny, my fingers are going numb, not my nose. But anyway, stay tuned. Next Saturday, 10 o'clock. Do this every Saturday at 10 live. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, of course, leave them where you're watching this video. Let me know if you have any topics of discussion you want to hear about. And safe computing, okay? And if you are frustrated or overwhelmed with your technology, well, you know what? Give us a shout, because that's what we do. We help out, and we're be part of your organization and help you navigate the pitfalls of technology. And we don't talk tech stuff. We talk people stuff. All right. See you later.